Hey guys, and welcome back to another Season of Discovery gold making video. In this one, I'm going to be showing you the best BOE gold farm in phase 1 of Season of Discovery. Before we get into it, I'd just like to say a huge thank you to everyone that has got a copy of the gold guide for Season of Discovery. It really means a lot. However, let's get right into this farm. So we're going to be farming RFK. Now RFK is a dungeon and it's around level 25 to 30. Now you can actually solo this, but I found the best way to do this is in a duo. And as you can see, the BOEs, like that one, is worth 300 gold. Now there is 2 BOEs that are above level 25, but the rest are level 25 or below, and they're worth a lot of gold. As you can see, a lot of them are over 100 gold each. Now they do have a low drop chance, but if you are lucky enough to get your hands on one, you can make an absolutely killing from this farm. So the best way that I found out to do this is probably by running this as a duo. Now you can actually solo this, but I'd probably recommend doing it as a duo. It's a lot quicker and a lot easier. You won't have any wipes if you have a duo, where if you do it solo, you might occasionally have a wipe or two, which will waste a lot of time. So obviously you don't want more than 2 people, because that's more people you have to roll on the BOEs for, and it's the less likely you'll actually get the BOEs. So if you can solo it and you're comfortable soloing it, I would recommend soloing it, or by doing it in a duo. It is very easy. So I did it with a hunter, and as you can see, we're duoing it absolutely so easily. The hunter pet basically is tanking absolutely everything. I'm a mage, so I'm basically just off healing and doing a lot of damage to the mobs. Now on top of the rare BOEs, they do have like around a 1% drop chance. It's very low, the drop chance. Besides that, you actually only get a bunch of green BOEs, and they sell for a lot of gold also on the auction house. Like some of the rings, for example, like that ring right there, it sells for 1 gold 79 silver. A lot of them sell for like in between 1 gold all the way up to like 15 gold for the green BOEs, and you actually get a decent amount of them from doing this farm. So they really add up. Plus you're also going to get silk from here. The silk adds up, the raw gold adds up too. Also the junk, like grey items that you can vendor, they can vendor for a lot of gold also. Now you could have herbalism and mining. There's a few nodes throughout the dungeon that you could actually get also. But the main profession that you'd want to have when doing this is to have skinning, because there is a part of the dungeon that is filled with boars, and they all drop or can be skinned for heavy leather. Now heavy leather is the highest selling leather at the moment in the game in phase 1, and this will make a lot of gold. Now especially if you're the only skinner in the group and you can actually skin all of them, or you're doing it solo, the skinning will actually make a lot of gold just by itself. So these mobs you can't skin, but the boars down the left part when you come into the dungeon, they are all skinnable, and they have a chance of being skinned for the heavy leather. And this is going to be the best selling leather that you can get your hands on in phase 1, so it's going to have a good price through all of phase 1. So this is the location I'm talking about. You head down this this vine thing to the left just at the start of the dungeon, and you can skin all of these boars. Now they are elite, so you do want to be careful. They're not just like normal boars. So when you're doing this solo, you do want to make sure that you can actually solo them, or if you're doing it in a duo, it should be very easy, especially if you have a good comp to actually run this as a duo. Mage and hunter worked extremely well, because basically he was a BM hunter and we had it so his pet would tank everything. I would also do damage, but then I would off heal the pet whilst doing damage, and this seemed to work really well. Now a lot of comps could do this. Pretty much any comp could duo this in the game. They would all be viable and work. Some would just work a bit better than others. 2 mages could do this very well. They could do even bigger pulls. They could do like big AoE pulls, or you could have like 2 hunters. That's a lot of damage. Basically any class, or you can have any class and a healer, and that would work perfectly fine also. Now if you're the only one that has skinning in the group, you will make a lot of gold from going down this way, because you're going to get a bunch of heavy leather plus all of the other leather, and it really adds up very quickly. And now these boars actually also have a chance of dropping the BOEs. So you won't be wasting like time thinking you can't get the BOEs from them, because you can actually get the BOEs from these guys. So you basically can farm two things in one, the skinning and also the normal like drops that you can get from them that sells, and then on top of that the really expensive BOEs, which are worth upwards to 300 gold each. And these sell very well because a lot of people that want their best gear is going to spend a lot of gold getting these BOEs. And because it's so hard to actually farm, you need to actually be kind of geared and obviously level 25 to do this. The prices on these are very, very good. And obviously they're pretty rare, so that should keep the prices of the BOEs up. And people are going to constantly want these all through phase 1. Because like I mentioned, some of these are the best items that you can actually get for phase 1 for a lot of classes. And obviously the green BOEs are really, really good, and they add up super quickly. Like in one run, for an example, I got 32 gold worth of green BOEs, just the green BOEs, and you can probably get upwards of like 15 of these per run. It is RNG on the green BOEs also, but you will definitely be guaranteed to get over a handful of the green BOEs while you're actually doing this farm. Now the ones that you get, some are worth obviously a lot more than others. There's a few rings in here that are worth like a lot of gold that are level like 25, 24. The majority of the greens are going to be around level 25. We didn't actually get any greens that were over level 25, so they all are usable. So you can sell them and expect them to sell very, very quickly. Same with the blue BOEs. There's only 2 that are over level 25, which will be hard to sell, near impossible to sell in this phase, because people are obviously not going to buy them if they cannot use them. But the rest of them are all under or level 25, so they're all usable except 2 of them. So let me know down in the comments if you're going to give this farm a go, if you're going to solo it, duo it, or what your plans are to do this. And if you'd like to learn more about making gold in Season of Discovery, you can check out my full gold making guide for Season of Discovery. Now this is mainly catered to phase 1, but it's going to be constantly updated, and if you already own a copy, you'll get the updated versions completely for free sent to your email address. But that was it for today's video. If you enjoyed, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the YouTube channel so you don't miss out on any future gold making videos for Season of Discovery. Till the next one, take care guys.